What's better than a liminal space image? Two liminal space images. Good morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time you might be watching this, wherever you might be in this wide world, welcome. As you may know, if you're an active watcher of this channel, I quite frequent liminal space analysis. I see and receive a wide variety of images across many different platforms, but mainly from Discord. Now, I'm completely biased in this, but my favorite place to find images is in my own server. Go figure. But that's really only because I like seeing what you all have to send in. That, and there are certain individuals who will generally send images of what I consider to be higher quality. Ones with clear composition and a purpose. In some cases, people will send images in a stream, posting multiple at a time. Often being of the same location or featuring images that appear identical. Take a look at these first two images taken by Anxiety Opossum at their local mall. These first two images capture the still lifelessness of what a dead mall can look like. The stores being vacant and there being not a single person in sight. These images have a wider resolution, with Anxiety managing to frame both the floor and the ceiling in the image, which gives a sense of the whole space. This last image, however, is almost like a reward for seeing the first two. This liminal space can stand out on its own, but having those other two provides such a great context. We see and understand that this mall is dying, and this broken down area is only the beginning. It's fairly obvious to notice how most of the lights are turned off, the floor appears a bit messy, and there's even this part of the ceiling that's broken off, reaching the ground. There's this half-light, half-dark look to the image, where the left side is mostly lit up and presentable, while the right is dim and desolate. Also, I like the stack of baskets to the left. It's a great foreground subject that doesn't distract from the rest of the image. Coops McGee is someone who finds similar looking liminal space images and presents them with each other. These two hallways match almost perfectly with their single light source, colorful floor, and all white walls. They both also contain these mini displays at the end of their hallway that eventually lead to an exit. The third image shows a large empty room with a floor that is both green and yellow. To me, this image acts almost as a transition for our fourth image, as it combines elements from the first two. This fourth image looking nightmarish, with the hallways appearing as unending and the chaotic color pattern of the floor, rather than just having one or two colors. These images, unlike Anxiety Opossums, are not of the same location. However, due to how they're presented, they feel as though they're connected. This is due to Coops McGee selectively choosing these images and grouping them together. Rom took their images off the internet from a play place they went to when they were younger, and managed to create this collection of liminal space images. This is actually a pretty clever way to gather images. Granted, you strike gold like Rom did, and these photos include no people. Let's actually talk about that for a second. Whoever took these images captured them with the purpose to show off this play place. Maybe it was someone on TripAdvisor, or maybe it was the owners of the establishment themselves. Either way, I'm sure they never imagined that these images would be subject to scrutiny and online discussion. Furthermore, why did they intentionally capture these images with no people? If it was meant for some type of advertisement, you'd think they'd want to actually show people enjoying themselves and having fun, but I digress. This effective continuity can also be artificially created. Minty took a couple of images posted by others and applied what they called a Game Boy filter to them, thus making them appear as though they are part of some Game Boy game. When I mention this artificial continuity, it doesn't just have to be done through a filter or by Minty's method of Game Boyification. Any set of selected images can be manipulated or edited in order to match a certain tone or mood. So naturally, or rather through editing, these images would all correlate. I find looking at a collection of liminal space images to be a lot more entertaining than just looking at one. I suppose this makes sense, as I do have a couple of videos where I cover a location based on an image set. But even when a group of images isn't of one particular place, I still like to look at images and compare them all. Maybe in the future we can take a deeper dive with some of these image collections and see what else we can make out of them. Hopefully this video is somewhat inspiring to those who enjoy finding liminal space images, or for those who enjoy taking them. As always, thank you for watching, and take care.